The quick answer is simply no. But to elaborate on the topic, do not drop out of high school. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how much money you've made. I don't care how set up your life is. Do not drop out of school. I probably shouldn't have said just high school, but I have beliefs that most of you are staying in school at least until high school if you're dropping out. If you're dropping out earlier than that, but simply just don't drop out. It's not worth it. As a person who dropped out of high school, I regret it deeply. Whatever it is you think life is like when you drop out, it's not. Life sucks when you drop out. You can't get hired anywhere, and you eventually have no choice but to go back to school anyway if you want any future for yourself. Now, if you don't want to have a future at all and you don't care, that's also fine, but why are you watching YouTube then? You got some drugs to smoke. Do not drop out of school, guys. I will keep saying it in this video. I also do regret dropping out of school for the aspect of friends. I didn't get to graduate with my friends, which isn't really a big deal, but it is something that I don't appreciate, and I wish I could change if I could go back in time somehow. Also, the variety of jobs that will open up to you with a high school diploma is insane. A lot of big jobs will train you on the spot as long as you have a high school diploma because they need some sort of credibility that you have some sort of, reliability. You finish some sort of school. How reliable is a person that can't even finish high school? I need you to stay in school. If you dropped out, go back into school. This is coming from a person who dropped out. This is not coming from someone who feels like they're better than you in any way, shape, or form. I am a dropout and I'm working on it, and you need to be working on it too. If you are lucky enough to go to college, if you are lucky enough to get a sports scholarship or academic scholarship, you are one of the luckiest people on earth. Do not throw that out the window. And I'm not saying you're lazy or I'm not saying anything of that nature. I'm not saying you're just lucky per se. I'm just saying you are extremely lucky to be in this country or in any country that you're in and have the opportunity to get a higher education rather than just a high school diploma. And this is to quote Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk said that colleges are a scam. He said that pretty much there's unnecessary classes, stuff like that, which I do agree with to an extent, but I do think it is extremely important to have education and as much of it as possible. I don't want you to go to college for business. I don't want you to go to college for arts. I don't want you to go to college for political science. Go to college for something that you truly enjoy. Look at college as something that you want to expand your knowledge on. Don't look at it as something where you're just going for the money grab because a lot of the times, actually more than half of the times, the money grab isn't there anymore. By the time you finish college, a lot of people have already entered the field that you're going for, and you're fucked. I'm also going to try to keep this video a lot shorter than the rest of my videos, but I just want to get this out. It is really annoying to see all these people telling you to drop out of school, all these people, YouTubers showing you, hey, you can drop out and be a freaking genius, you can drop out and be a millionaire, billionaire. You can. I'm not saying you can't. You 100% can. And even if you have a 100% solid plan, why not also have a solid plan B by finishing school? The whole idea of you can't reach riches without some sort of, quitting. You have to quit school or you have to quit working out because you have to focus on this one thing is just bullshit. It's just bullshit excuses for cutting corners. That's all it is. Life sucks when you don't get a break. I have a couple friends that go to school still and they work on their off days and then they go to school and they don't really catch like a big, off day break usually. And they hate that. They hate it. But let me tell you something that they don't think about and that you need to think about as well. Let me put it this way for you. If you work hard in your 20s, you can relax the rest of your life. If you relax in your 20s, you will have to work hard the rest of your life. Your late teens and your 20s are your prime years. You can start a nuclear family. You can start a family, that works. That works. I will accept it personally. I'll let you do it. But if you're not doing that, you need to be building a career for yourself. And never put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, it's a saying for a reason. Do not do that. It's a bad idea. It always has been. That's why I'm saying do not drop out of school because that means you're jeopardizing your future potentially. You can be extremely successful. I'm not saying that dropping out of school will automatically lead you to being a druggy loser. I just think it's not smart, and I think it's always great to have a plan B. And if you already have a plan B that's not school, it's great to have a plan C. The point being, just school should always be some sort of priority. Once you finish high school and let's say you don't want to expand your knowledge anymore, well, academic knowledge per se, you don't have to. No one's making you. What concerns people like me, people who dropped out and seeing all of other influencers promote, what bothers me is I'm a dropout and I'm seeing famous influencers promoting it. They're not per se saying, hey, go drop out of school, but they're saying, I hated school. School was a waste of time. Keep in mind, I don't like watch the videos and don't comment on them. I'm not saying they come up on my feed over and over and it's like I'm feeding my own algorithm. That's not the point. The point is because I'm getting videos of extremely influential people telling you not to go to college because it is a scam or because there is unnecessary classes, which I understand it is true. There's unnecessary classes, unnecessary payments. It is extremely expensive. But if you do end up doing something that you like, then first of all, you paid money doing something you love. So either way, you'll be doing that the rest of your life because everything costs money. But let's say you hate your job. There's a high potential that if you really do try getting into it, you can succeed, even if you hate it. I know a lot of people that hate their job but make a rack doing what they do. So either way, you need to have a career plan. This does not mean working at McDonald's. This does not mean job surfing. It's always a bad idea. I've done all of the things I've said in this video that are negative. It's not good. Don't do it. Don't drop out of school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything of that nature because it leads to nothing good and it just makes you a loser. If you're on drugs listening to this right now, I'm not degrading you. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do in your free time. What I care about is people influencing the young to do what they think is okay. Yeah, whatever you want to do is fine. Don't influence younger people who need to figure this shit out on their own. I know countless YouTubers that did drop out. I don't know how their education went after that, but it was very, very popular to drop out back in like 2016. And I'm not saying this on the aspect of like YouTubers were doing it on a trend basis, but it wasn't frowned upon thing. Like, hey, he dropped out at 16, but he's a millionaire, so it's fine. Who cares? And I used to tell that to my parents. I used to use that stupid ass excuse that it doesn't matter, blah blah. And yeah, it's just bullshit. It's just a bullshit excuse for being lazy with schoolwork, being lazy with actually having to do academic studies, and yeah, it's just stupid. But one thing I have learned after dropping out, I dropped out at about 17. I'm about 20 now, so it's been about 3 years. And I'll tell you, it's not anything like I imagined. It is different. There's some good to it, but most of it is shit. And if you want to live like shit, suit yourself. If you want a better future for yourself, you know what to do. Go to school, motherfucker. But anyway, I love you all. Have a good night. Peace.